Hello, how are you? Let's see if I can find some. There we go. All right, comments are enabled. We are live. I've got the button set. So much techie stuff, and how amazing is it when it works? And the operator knows how it works. So today's Crystal Clinic Spotlight series is all about points. Crystal points. We'll show you different examples. All of these are from my personal collection, so it was easy to gather quite a few. If you have any questions about points along the way, let me know. And what we're going to be focusing on today is um, intentionally focused energies. I've just forgotten. Let me go and review my notes really quick. Hello. Okay, so intentionally focused energy, setting intentions, clearing energy, and directed beams of light and energy. I think I'll just keep that open just to make sure I know where to go in all of the while we're channeling at the same time and just flowing with the energy. So what is a crystal point? And you know, a couple weeks ago we talked about clusters of points, and I should have gotten a cluster, but okay, well, we can use this one because this is a cluster of Herkimer diamond points. Herkimer diamonds are usually double terminated, and by double terminated, I mean points on each end, right? You've got points on each end. So this is a cluster of Herkimer diamond points. So I think we have what's 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, and there's 4. So here's 1, 2, 3, and then a little one in the front there. And you can see the largest one on this end. It has a nice rainbow prism in it too. That's probably why I got it. Is double terminated there. This one has just been kind of polished off on that end. So we also talked about obelisks last week, and this is an obelisk, and this is a point. So if I can hold them so that you can see it. So this is a single point, and a cluster can have lots of points, smaller, larger, in the middle, and an obelisk is actually something that has been shaped into this. This is more of a pillar, but the obelisks are actually taller and thinner. Okay, and this is an amphibal quartz. It has iron ore, hematite, not so much hematite, iron ore and manganese on the inside, as well as the other inclusions. You see that? How nice and pretty that is without too much of the ring light on it. Okay, put him down gently. So this is a point. This is kind of hard to tell. Okay, we'll do it this way. So this is clear quartz, and this one is a pink Himalayan or Tibetan quartz. I think this one is a samadhi, if I'm saying it correctly. Okay, so you can here's the difference. This is clear, and this one has a little bit of a tint, very faint pink color, but when you hold it up to something that is clear or milky white, you get a sense of the color differentiation. Okay, so this is pink Himalayan quartz. This is a really big point, but again, this is from where it was detached from either the base of something, the base of the mine, and it actually has a little, let's see if you can see it there. I'm going to get this backwards camera thing going here pretty quick. So here is a point, and it's got a little one there, has a little point there, and here's one as well. So if you're here, please say hello. Shoot me some hearts if you like what you're seeing. We are happy to, the crystals and I are happy to answer any questions you may have. So this is a clear quartz point. Okay, here we go. This is a Kundalini citrine point. Now it does have some smaller guys around it, so these are cluster form, but this is a single point. This is a top polished point, okay? Excuse me, top polished, meaning they polish the top into a point. 1 second. Mm. Whew. Okay. And this is candle quartz, also known as pineapple quartz. And sometimes, and this one has a decent little bit around the bottom or its base, where you can see kind of little leaves or spires, smaller points around the base there. This is a top polished sodalite point. So it was a chunk. And then the top has been semi-polished. So you have the polished, which shows a lot of its grain, the pattern and the color. And then you have the natural. And this is sodalite. Let's see, who else do we have? Oh, I have two of my Lemurian crystal points. And this is a point. This is Nicholas. Not all of my crystals have names, thank heavens, because I wouldn't be able to remember them all. So how do I know what the name is? Because the crystal told me energetically, of course, through clairaudience and whatnot. So this is a point, and let's see, can you see the ridges for the Lemurian? There you can in the light a little bit right here. So this is Nicholas, and this guy is Maximilian, also known as Max. So this is a point. And I think you can see his ridges maybe on this side better. There are his ridges. These are not the same kind of ridges that are made or left when someone is carving or removing a large point from a huge piece of the mine, that kind of thing. So how do you use these to direct energy? So the point will be facing away from you or towards you, depending upon what it is you want to do. So if you want to direct energy to you, I'm not going to point it at you, but if you want to direct energy to yourself, you can do a slow clockwise movement to add energy. You can aim it like a flashlight. So I'm going to aim it to the side so I don't zap you, all right? Let's see. There we go. So if I wanted to set an intention, I would hold a point, because this is a good size point. Anything smaller than these, and this one is smoky quartz. Be careful of what is being called smoky quartz on the open market or in other places, because if you can't see through it, and now there are some very, very dark smoky quartz, but if you can't see any light through it at all, it has been heat treated. And the next time I'm at a show or somewhere where they have a piece of heat treated smoky quartz, I'm going to get a decent sized piece, not too huge, but so that y'all can see the difference, because I have some smoky quartz that are really, really dark. And there's a difference between the opacity or the lack of transparency or light going inside it that you can tell that it's been heat treated. What's the big deal? Heat treated smoky quartz is actually started off as clear quartz or milky white quartz, usually clear, and it has been altered by massive amounts of heat, which also means that the energy has been baked out, heated out, radiated out, eliminated. Okay, anyway, so you can you have an intention that you want to write, or to work with, what would we say? Thank you for healing your, I am setting the intention. I ask and thank you, your guides, for helping me to erase any emotional energy wounds from my heart chakra. And we'll pretend that the palm of my hand is my heart chakra so you can see it right. Okay? And so you could, after you do that, you would hold it in both your hands. Okay, that's why a teeny tiny little thing is not going to work as well because it needs a lot more energy. Okay, so thank you. I ask and thank you, angels, spirit, guardian angels, for healing any and all emotional energy wounds in my heart chakra. Now, if I would actually be pointing it this way, so holding my hands this way with the point of the crystal, the point of the point into my heart chakra. So just imagine this is my heart chakra and these are my hands, not just one. And I would say that mantra 3 times, or you can say it 3 sets of 3 for 9 for completion, and then just hold the point. So let's see if I can do it this way. So I don't want to point this at you. So it would be in my hands, okay, like that. And this would be pointing towards my heart chakra, okay. So if I were doing it for me, I would have the point this way that would be facing my palms, or my wrists, sorry, okay, and then just holding it in front of me. So you can use a larger one, and this size, so this size would be a softer, more subtle energy, and this size would be super powerful. So, like maybe 3 seconds or less. This you can do for a few minutes. Now, what do you do with these after you use them? You want to clear the energy out, so put them in the sunlight. You can pass them through incense. You can use a Palo Santo stick and smudge around it for a few minutes. You can put it near kyanite or selenite. Right, okay, so there's that. All right, so how do you, let me check my notes. Clear energy. All right, so you can clear energy, and I'm not going to use my Lemurians for that, but you clear energy, you use it counterclockwise. So if you do Reiki on yourself, or you want to do some energy healing on yourself, you can have a teddy bear or imagine your energy body in front of you or on a table, and then use a counterclockwise motion, and then shake out the energy. Just, hold it, hold it, and then you can do a clockwise. So counterclockwise removes energy, clockwise puts in energy, and what you're doing is you're removing negativity and you are inputting positivity. Does that make sense? And how do you direct light? So if you have a corner in your home, or you want to clear the energy from a doorway, for example, a big point. A little guy, I would use a very large point for this, because if you want to direct energy, now you could use something this size, okay, or even this size. This is about 3 inches tall here in comparison to this one. Okay, so this candle quartz is 3 times the size, 2.5 to 3 times as wide. It's the same height, but it has more space to give you a better sense of energy coverage. So you can use this and then just point it at the door, and then go all around, up and down, and I'd go around 3 times, or 3 sets of 3. Why 3? Because it is in part it's a trinity, body, mind, and spirit. I can't think of the others off the top of my head right now. Okay, so that's how I would do all of those. Thank you for being here now or later, and we'll be back next week with another Crystal Clinic Spotlight series. Until then, namaste, beautiful soul.